What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, my fellow hunters, subscribers, and collectors? It's your boy, the Sick One, and I'm back with another one. And right here in-house today, we have the Iron Studios X-Men vs. Sentinel #2. Magneto controlling the Sentinel. These are two beautiful art boxes. Man, they awesome. They great color, great everything, badass. But we're gonna cut all that. We're just gonna get straight to the review. Let's go! You already know what time it is. You know what it is. Your boy is back with another one. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Sick One, and you are here live in effect at SICKMANSIONCOLLECTABLES. Now, if this is the first time you view on my channel, if this is the first time you ever seen this, get ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next lit video is about to drop. Right here in Sick Mansion, I try to bring y'all as much content as possible on a weekly basis and try to drop brand new statues or even just grails and different things and try to bring it to you guys every week. Today we have a special statue, another one. I decided to put both of them here on the table to show y'all both, and I also want to tell y'all, do not forget that we are giving away a brand new XM Studio quarter scale saber-tooth statue. This statue is very badass. Pretty dope. Stay tuned to the end of the video so I can tell you what you need to do in order to win. But a hint, you need to subscribe because you got to be a subscriber. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now because you're going to need to do it at the end of the video. So what's going on, my SMC squad? What's going on, y'all? I hope you guys enjoyed your whole week. I hope you enjoyed spending time with your family, your friends, and, you know, just doing what you do. You know, we got a lot of hard workers out there to salute to the hard workers and to those that save up their chips to try to get things like this. Salute. And remember, you want to do payment plans, you know, that's what you can do right now to get statues like this. Go ahead and go visit popcultureart.com right here, right now. Go ahead and hit them up. Go see what they got. They got all kind of statues. Quarter scales, 1/3 scales, they got everything up in there. Go over there and show them a visit, and plus, they're a great sponsor of mine and great friends of this channel. So thank you all for visiting. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for showing love. We're gonna go ahead and get right to the review of the statue, and let's go ahead and do that. So right here today, we have the second diorama of a three-piece diorama that's coming out from Iron Studios. This, of course, you already know is the first one that came out. It's a beast, it's a monster, it's crazy. And then this one is the one that just got released. This is the X-Men vs. Sentinel #2 diorama. Supposed to be Magneto controlling the Sentinel. So man, this is a dope statue. We're gonna get to it. As you can see right off the back, it's a 4-character statue. 4-character meaning there's 4 statues on here that depict the character. 3 statues alongside of the Sentinel. Compared to this one was actually a 6-piece character statue where they had 5 characters and 1 Sentinel, which is pretty dope. And this one right here that came out is even more dope. As you can see the size difference of these, of course this one is taller than this one because you can see this Sentinel is complete, his whole body is complete and he's standing. This one right here is a Sentinel that's been ripped to shreds. Down to missing his legs. His legs were ripped off and one of his arms was completely ripped off. And as you can see all the way on the top, you got Magneto floating, levitating over his head, where he ripped open his head and his skull and all of that to control the Sentinel. It's pretty dope, but we're gonna get right to the statue. Let's get ahead and get right to it, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Well, I always start here on the channel and we're gonna start at the base. So if you take a good look at the base, it's pretty dope. And there's a reason why I wanted to leave this one up on the table while I'm reviewing this one. The scenes are pretty much the same. And of course, this is, like I said, is a 3-piece diorama. This is the diorama that goes in the middle. And this piece actually goes out to the right side. And then you have the other diorama that's coming that's gonna be on the other side. This is pretty dope. So like I said, let's go ahead and start with the base. Now, let's start right here where Gambit is standing at, and then let's start looking at around the bottom. You take a good look at the bottom, it got the bricks, and they got one side of block, all gray, really nicely shaded, really nice detail. Then you got the brick, and the brick is really nicely painted. It's a classic style kind of paint, classic colors. Really nice. Each brick is different from the other. It's sculpted differently. It has detail to it. It has definition, and it's also like in a 3D because they're not all flat. They have definition to it. As it keeps going around, you're gonna see this classic like clay, like a clay soil. It's not like just straight brick or rock or anything. It's more of a clay soil, and I get it because I've actually physically seen soil like this in gray, and I also seen it in brown. But this is the gray version, like of a clay of the soil, the dirt and the earth, mixed with rock and all kind of stuff. As it keeps going around, you're gonna see more texturing, and you're gonna see more of the rock and layers and stuff like that are coming up out of the ground. And it's pretty dope, really nicely detailed. It's pretty much one color. It's like a light gray, and the shading parts is a darker gray. Just bringing out bringing out the details of it. As it keeps going around, you're gonna notice the Sentinel. He's like pretty much looks like he just fell off the sky after he lost his legs, and he just engraved themselves in that rock and the mud and the gray rock and mud and stuff like that. And you can see it like splashing up on the sides of his legs and in the bottom of his legs where the wires are sticking out and all of that. And as you keep going around, you're gonna start seeing what I showed you in the other review of the first Sentinel. If you go back and look at that review, you see the details on that one as well. When I reviewed that one, this one right here, as it keeps going around, you're gonna see the thickness of the floor, the wood floor, and then right underneath you're gonna still see more brick, more layer of brick, and and everything going around. So as we move up and you look right there by the leg, you're gonna start seeing the wood forming, the wood from the floor where it's breaking, and all these pieces are starting to come up, and then the scopes of splinters and all kind of things. You're gonna see more of the dirt and the mold and the rock and stuff like that. You're gonna see pieces of the wood that has been embedded in the rock as it goes around. You're gonna look at these other little details that's on the floor right there. You're gonna see a tray that looks like it's a checkerboard tray, and there's also a table that's broken and it's on the floor. You're gonna see another table, a bigger table on the other side of that, just broken, is on the floor, has been destroyed. And you're gonna see like a rail of the stairs, one of the railings, I guess, that's what it looks like. Really nicely detailed, really nicely sculpted. It just looks like everything was damaged. As it keeps going around, and you're gonna see Gambit just, it is badass. Gambit just standing there. Let's go ahead and go to all the way around, and you're gonna see where there's a door, and you're gonna see Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a massive, massive piece for a 110 scale. It looks badass, and he's pretty much running right through the mansion's door, and then the mansion door just explodes, and you can see all these pieces of the mansion door just going everywhere. They just, the mansion door is done exploded. He's running right through it, and if you look good, he done ran through the door. It looks like he's running right towards Gambit, and Gambit is just throwing them cards at him and, you know, trying to put him in check. But everybody knows that once the Juggernaut is in motion and he's running, he's pretty much unstoppable. So, you know, this is really nice, man. The way that this whole scene right here is just badass. As it keeps going around, you see all the wood, you see all of that stuff and everything, like I said, on the floor, and that door that's just been exploded. Let's go ahead and move up, and let's get to the first character. The first character that's going to be on here is going to be Gambit. And I just want to say something real quick, man. And I'm going to say this with all three characters because they did a great job. But with Gambit, as for a 110 scale figure that they did with Gambit here, it's blowing me away because it's really phenomenal. For a 10 scale statue, they did a phenomenal job with the detail. There's so much detail to the statue, so much character. The boots are fully detailed. I love the way they painted the boots. The sculpt on the boot and all the line works that they did on the boots, and the boots is going as high up to his knees. I love the silver on it. I love the way they painted the silver. They just did a phenomenal job on that. Same thing with his legs as it goes up. There's a lot of texture to the legs. Love the paint work, love the shade work they did to the legs. It looks really nice. Phenomenal, it's just badass. You go up to his torso. His torso is really nice. You can see the sculpt of the six-pack and the detail on it, the detail on his chest. Everything about it is phenomenal. The paint color that they used on it with the shiny paint and the shading that they did to make it stand out, phenomenal. Go around, you look at his jacket. The sculpt of his jacket is crazy. Like I said, the jacket is made of plastic, but the jacket and the motion of the jacket and the scope work and all the wrinkles and the folds and everything that they did on the sculpt of this jacket, crazy phenomenal. Now, what's really dope about this piece is so dope that if you don't get this whole diorama, this Sentinel, and I know it's very expensive, you can get the Sentinel, I think, by himself without the figures. I think it's $1,000 and some change. I'm not sure. If you get this one with all the figures and the whole thing, I think it's $1,350 to get the whole thing all together. But if you want to get these figures separately by themselves, you can. Now let's take a look at the sculpt, the head sculpt of Gambit. Great head sculpt, very nice work with the face, with the expression, with the detail, and all the detail that they poured into this portrait. With his being 110 scale is phenomenal. The hair, the flow of the hair, everything about it is just Gambit is badass. I love his staff. His staff is actually made of metal. This is actually a metal staff. It's really nice. Love the pose. Love the way that the pole is behind his back while he's throwing the cards. Knocked it out the park. It's beautiful, man. Great work, Iron Studios. Great work. Let's get ahead and get to Juggernaut. Man, you know what's so crazy is that just because I got this Juggernaut, excuse me, just because I got this Juggernaut with this whole thing, when he came in and I was looking at him, and me and my lady was looking at it, we was like, and we looked at each other, and I was like, I cannot believe that I sold that Sideshow Juggernaut. I couldn't believe I did that, because this right here is actually the miniature of that statue, and I mean in detail and look and everything. Phenomenal job, man. Let's get ahead and start with his boots. Man, the scope work on these boots, they killed it. The paint work on this is phenomenal. The detail to make these boots look like they're leather, they nailed it. 100% nailed it. Nothing on these boots look fake. They look real. They just badass. The texture on it is, they went above and beyond on the texture. The detail on the belt straps on the top of the boots, crazy. If you look at his right leg, the way that it is from going up, and you look at the boot, phenomenal detail, phenomenal texture. The scope work is badass. Man, you could look at at everything. The soles under his boots are just, man, the tread is crazy. Love the way they shaded it. Love the way they did all that work on it. It just looks phenomenal. When you go up on his legs, the same thing. Like I said, it reminds me, it just looks identical to the quarter scale Sideshow Juggernaut. Badass. His legs, the musculage, the sculpt of the muscles on the legs are badass. I love the way that they painted the pants. The pants look like they straight, like tight leather, and you can see that his muscles just protruding right through his damn leather pants. All the way up from the trousers. You can even see the stitch work on the edge of the trousers, on the side of the trousers. You can see the wrinkles on the side of the trousers. Everything is just crazy, man. They just went all out on this 1/10 scale figure. Badass. Man, you go up and you just look at his torso, the way his torso is turning, and he's in motion, and you can see his shirt and the folds going with the flow of that, like he's in motion. It's just badass, man. He got some great texturing on his shirt. The detail on it is phenomenal. I love the brown, love the different burnt colors and the shade work, crazy. You look at the musculage of his right arm, phenomenal. That is Juggernaut's arm, cock dieselness, beautiful scope. The muscles are perfect. Man, even the straps that are going around his arm, they look like real leather pieces. It actually looks like mixed media. This figure right here is really blowing me away, and I can say right now, out of all the proximity pieces, out of everything, definitely right now, up to me, Juggernaut is better than each and every single last one of them. He blows all those proximity pieces out the water. They killed it, man. But the musculage and the leather work and the straps on his arms are phenomenal. Both arms, they did great work with the musculage and the detail and the scope. Doesn't look like it don't belong there. It looks straight up like Juggernaut, badass. Let's get ahead and go up to his portrait, his head sculpt. Man, when you look at his helmet, once again, I'm gonna repeat it, is identical to the damn Juggernaut quarter scale from Sideshow. Badass. Love the way they painted it. It makes it look like it's a metal, like a big gigantic metal helmet. I love the way that looks like they sculpted the whole sculpt of the head first, and then they put the helmet on it. And man, it's just the definition and the separation from the inside of the helmet and the face is badass. The teeth work, the lips, the eyes, everything that they sculpted on this Juggernaut is phenomenal, man. It's just phenomenal. I love it. It's great. It's incredible. Go ahead and move all the way up top to the man himself, Magneto. Another great job. There's one thing but it's fixable, and I'm gonna fix it. Definitely gonna fix it. But we'll get to that when I get to all the way up. But there's one thing that's kind of off on the statue of Magneto statue. Now, Magneto comes with two different head sculpts. Of course, he comes without his helmet, with the white hair and everything. It's a nice sculpt. It looks great for a 1/10 scale. It looks okay. It's not the greatest in the world. I gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it real. But it looks good. It looks good for a 1/10 scale. It looks pretty good. Now, the one I'm gonna pose it with is the one that he's on right now, and my favorite is the one with the helmet. He has his helmet on. But let's go ahead and start from the boots up again, and they did it again. Iron Studios, you guys did it again. The scope work on this figure is phenomenal. You can look at the boots and you can look at the tread on the boots. The boots look phenomenally real. They 1000% textured from the toe all the way to the top of the last strap of the boot. The boots are beautifully detailed, beautifully colored. Great shade work. I love the way they sculpted all four of the straps of his boots, and they look real. They look like real straps. Both legs, they did a great job with the boots. As you move up on the legs, the musculage on his legs, I think they did a great job with it. Just with his pose, the way he's extending, you can tell that his whole body is tightening up, so his muscles will protrude the way that they are right now, and they just great. I just love the texture work that they did on the legs. Badass, man. Really, really nice. Even his trousers, they look like leather. They did a great job with the wrinklage, and there's also seams that they sculpted. Looks real, really nice. We go up, you look at his belt. His belt is badass. It looks great. The detail on the belt looks phenomenal. Great, great, great job all the way around. As you go up, when we look at his torso, the torso is sculpted beautiful. Love the way they did the six-pack. I love the way, because the way he's posed, that his wings, his wings from under his arm, the muscle wings, is just protruding out, and he's just like, you know, it just looks really, really nice. The detail on it is dope. I love the way the muscles of the chest stretches up to his shoulders, and it connects to his arms and everything. Really nice, beautiful sculpt. I love the pose with his extended arms, both arms out. The pose of his hands and his fingers. You can look at his gloves, and his gloves is very, very, very nice. They match his boots, same color, same texture. Each one of his gloves have 3 straps on it. I mean, they did great detail, even to the fingers. The fingers are detailed phenomenally. Great, great, great work. Beautiful, man. Let's take a look at his the sculpt of his cape. They knocked that out the park too. This is a great sculpt. Beautiful sculpt. I love the way that the cape is flowing. It's not down. There's nowhere down. It's completely up in the air, and it's just folded, and it's just flowing in the air. It works. It looks phenomenal. Great shading work on the cape. It looks really nice. I think the cape is made of plastic, of a high durable plastic, PVC. It looks great. Actually looks sculpted. Don't even look like plastic. Love the way that they shaded the whole tip all the way around the end of the cape with that brown and the wear. You can see like it has wear to it. Great job, phenomenal job with that. Let's move up to his head sculpt. I love this head sculpt. I love this one way better than the other one. It's just, to me, this one, the detail is much better. But when you got the helmet on, and it's just badass the way they did the helmet. Now, my little nitpick that I have is that it looks like the left side of the helmet is a little higher than the right side of the helmet. I was messing with it, and I can see that it bends right back. So I'm, do what we do and take a little, take a blow dryer to it, put a little bit of heat to it, and then bring it down to where it's supposed to be at. Hold it, blow it a little bit, let it, cool off, and it will stay right where I want it. I know that that'll work because I've done it many a times, especially with this. So that's an easy fix. But that was my only nitpick with it, but it was, not really, it was that, just what I just said, a nitpick, because I know I'm able to fix it. Now, the head sculpt is badass. I love just the impression of his face and the grin of his teeth, and everything is just really, really nice. A beautiful sculpt behind his helmet. Very nice. I love the way they whited out his eyes. They did a great job with that, man, and his eyebrows and the white, everything is just really, really nice. His helmet is badass, very nicely detailed. I love the helmet. They did a great job to that. They gave it a nice shiny sheen to it. It's a beautiful sculpt. They did a great job with that. So when it comes to the 3 characters here, man, they knocked it out the park. Iron Studios, y'all did y'all things. Kudos to you guys, man. That's why I didn't mind spending all of this money on this dioramas, because they just phenomenal pieces, man. And this is gonna be some pieces that's gonna be around for a long time. It's gonna be up there in scale. You know what I'm saying? This is badass, bro. So let's go ahead and get to the Sentinel. Now, if you notice, this Sentinel, and the reason that this one is shorter than this Sentinel is because this Sentinel has been put under the control of Magneto. Magneto is controlling he's controlling the body of the Sentinel. That's why he's floating over him, and you see the top of his head all ripped open, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, this Sentinel, they did a great job. Great job. The same thing with this one. The paintwork matches. It's phenomenal. This one definitely has more body damage to it. I'm going to try to get to as much of the body as possible. And when you look at the chest piece of the body, the detail on it it's just phenomenal. Everything on it looks like metal. You got the billets, the bolts, and everything on there. The paintwork of the metal and just the The sheer shade work they did on it and the weathering they did on it is phenomenal. So let's take a look at his arm. His shoulder pad. His shoulder pad is actually made of also of a PVC high durable plastic. Great job. You can't even tell. It's really nice. It goes in on a peg and it has battle damage to it. Very nicely painted as well. Shaded really nice. Now the only arm that he has is his right arm. Is his extended arm. It's extending. And once again, great detail. Beautiful detail. And I'm going to say this real quick. The only thing that I think that Iron Studios dropped the ball on, and I'm going to say it just like I said it with this one when I reviewed this one, they should have had a light up feature on these Sentinels. Their eyes should have been lit, the chest, the hands, all those new, you know what I'm saying, the blasters that they got in their hands and all that, they should have been lit, especially for the price that we paid for these. This is very expensive. And that would have just been a really nice feature to add on to it, and it would have been dope. But even without the light up feature, it still looks badass. So if you look at the hand, the detail of the arm is just badass. You can see where the elbow is at, like the you know, you can see the mechanism where it goes, you know, just the robot, the sheer work of all of that mobilization in there, and it just looks badass, man. The detail on that is really nice. You can see like where the hydraulic systems is working to make him, you know, put his arm up and down. If you go up, you can look at his wrist area. You could also see the hydraulic systems on there, where his hands and the functions of the fingers work. You move up, you got that blaster right in the middle of his hand. It's completely damaged. It's sculpted to be broken and damaged. His fingers are still in place. They look really nice. Great work, great detail, beautiful. Love it. Let's go ahead and go around his back, because this is where everything changes on this statue. So if you notice, let's start from his legs. His legs have been ripped off from the knee down. So there's no legs around here. Would have been dope if they probably had maybe a leg like sculpted to, you know, one of the legs at least sculpted to the, you know, to the base. I'm just nitpicking, just, you know, whatever. But that's really nice. The detail on this is phenomenal. Look at this. You can see all these wires and all of these mechanisms and where the metal is at, where the hydraulics used to join together for the motion of the bottom part of the leg. It's gone and it's still hanging there. So they painted all of these wires. They looks great. They did a great job with it. 100% battle damage to his legs. They just completely trashed. Love the paintwork with it. It looks really good. They did a great job with that. As we go up, you can look at his torso. Well, you know, his waist. It's just really nicely sculpted. Love the billets and the bolts that's attaching all these metal pieces and sheets to his body. Love the way they sculpted that spine going up his back, just like they did with Sentinel #1. The detail on that is really nice. Love the battle damage and all the weathering they did to the whole back and the metal and everything. It looks great work. When you look at his left arm, well, you can't look at his left arm because the left arm is completely gone. It's completely missing and completely gone. The only thing that you see is the wires sticking out. There's some pieces of metal that's left, that's hanging out of the shoulder piece where the arm used to be at. I love the way they got this gigantic, like, big metal piece coming out right in the middle where the arm would have attached to. It just looks real nice. You can tell that this is a gigantic robot that's been destroyed. Great work, great paint work. The detail on this is crazy phenomenal. Let's go ahead and take a look at his head sculpt. Now, like this one, his torso, his whole body is one piece except the arm. The arm gets pegged in and his shoulder pad gets pegged in. Everything else is sculpted in one piece with the head, the shoulders, and the whole torso of the body and the legs is one piece. This is a very nice head sculpt. Classic comic book version of the Sentinel. Love it's just, you know, it's just the expression of the Sentinel. All of them have the same expression. The paintwork is very nice, same color, like a kind of a skin tone color to it, with all the shading and everything like that. Really nice. They got on his left side of his cheek, they have this big cable or wire that's popping right out of his cheek. His eyes are intact. They look great Great scope work and everything like that. The whole face is really nice. As we go up, you're gonna see his helmet. And when you look at his helmet, it is completely ripped open. It has been ripped open by the powers of Magneto because he is controlling the Sentinel to, I guess, to attack the X-Men as well. This is really, really nice. If you look at the skull, well, not the, I can't say skull. Yeah, let's say skull. Of the Sentinel you're gonna see all of these wires and all of these cables and hydraulics and all of these things and hoses and everything that made, you know, the Sentinel work and function. Great detail, beautiful work, great paint work. The shade work on this is phenomenal. Again, it's great, and I just love the way they got these metal pieces of this. All of this right here is part of his helmet that's been ripped up by Magneto. This is just badass. It's beautiful, man. Everything about the statue is just phenomenal. This is a great statue, man. Great statue. Really excited about this, man. This is something I've been waiting a long time for, and I've been blessed to be able to bring this to you guys, and also been blessed to bring this and add this to my collection. This is a phenomenal piece, man. I just had to have them both here together so y'all can see them together as I review this one. So anyway, like I said, man, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please show your boy some love. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Real quick, I also like to announce, as you already know, we are giving away a quarter scale XM Studios Sabretooth statue. You have to be subscribed, you have to like the video, and you have to hit a comment below. So the more comments you hit below from all the videos that I got put out, that I've already put out, that I'm putting out from forward, here this day forward, just leave comments, whatever whatever you like. But I want to just thank all of you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all your love. And I'm going to continue to do this. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if I got 25,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 3,000, 100,000. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Although I would love to get more subscribers, that's great, but that's not what I'm in this for. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I'm in this for. I pay for my stuff out of my own pocket. I work very, very hard to afford these pieces and bring them into my collection, and then share my love for my collection with you guys. So I'm real, man. I just keep it 100. This channel does not pay for none of this. You feel what I'm saying? Don't pay for none of this. You know, I got one guy that he shows me a lot of love, shows me a lot of support, and I'm business wise. You know what I mean? I'm talking about pop culture art, and I really appreciate those guys. I love those guys, man, and they just stick by me, and they don't ask me for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And they're nothing, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be, and I really do appreciate them guys. Once again, XM Studios, hit your boy up. You know what I mean? Prime 1, hit your boy up. Let's keep it 100. As you can see, that's what I mostly collect is XM and Prime 1. I do have side shows here and there, and others, and of course Iron Studios. But I just keep it 100, man, and that's why I think a lot of the people watch me, because I'm just real like that, and I just want to be 100 with you guys, and I want to be loyal, and that's it. There's nothing gonna turn me around or make me be any different from that. Bless up everybody. Y'all already know what it is. And I appreciate you guys, man, for everything that y'all do. I appreciate all the love, man. There's really nothing much I can say about that. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know how it goes. Let's go!